This is where the action is. And this is the one place in Vegas. That's a guaranteed winner. January 9th and 10th, 2026. The question you gotta ask yourself is this. Are you in? Are you all in to win with LifeWave? Because that's what it takes to win. But you're not alone. Our leadership is unstoppable, including the This Is It Elites, part of the fastest growing team in LifeWave history. Meredith Burkage, president of LifeWave. And the founder himself, the inventor, the visionary David Schmidt. And you, our This Is It community, the heartbeat of it all. It's time to invest in yourself. Join us for the biggest virtual team event in history. January 9th and 10th, jumpstart your 2026. Register now at thisisitconvention.com. Go and get your tickets before they're gone. All in. You're here to win.
This is it!
Hello, I am Patch X39, a breakthrough in restoration technology, designed by inventor David Schmidt, a man led by a God-birthed idea to change the course of human potential. I am not magic. I am simply a tool. I was designed to restore, but I only activate in the hands of the committed. And there is one team, one force, that is breaking all records, the This Is It team, LifeWave's fastest growing and #1 team. The dreamers, the leaders, the difference makers. The ones who don't wait for change, they create it. It is my honor to work alongside you, to support your mission. Your vision will be tested, your limits will be challenged, and your legacy written. Because this is not just about a patch, it's about a mission, a movement powered by those bold enough to believe again. You were not called to comfort, you were chosen to conquer. Together, we will restore lives. Together, we will lead the world to something better. This is your time. This is your team. This is your moment to take your life and your business to the next level.
This is where the action is.
Okay, welcome. We are Greg and Menno Warburg live from obviously Johannesburg, South Africa. Actually, we are super excited that right now we're going to be sharing some amazing things tonight. It is December 15th. Can you believe it or not? 10 days away from Christmas. So on the 10th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. Anyway, so super excited obviously to share with you some amazing things that are going on. Obviously, we're going to jump right into it because we had a lot of great things starting. Because again, this is being recorded. So for those people that have team members that couldn't make it because obviously the timing, send them this because we're going to send it out afterwards to everybody so that you can then send it out to your team and make sure they're going to want to watch this. We're going to be talking about some amazing things today. We're going to be talking about confident conversations and really what it takes to really build this business. And again, we're part of This Is a Team. We partnered with Steve and Gina Merritt. I was just talking to Steve yesterday, talking about the All In. Actually, it was Saturday. Actually, talking about the All In event. They've asked us to speak on a couple different things there, which is very, very cool. Ken and Diana Burke, obviously, our mentors also in the team, along with Joyce Johnson. And then we got some amazing other leaders with Matt and Kim Curtis that are partnering with us. And again, this crazy couple here just decided to dream big and go for it. And now we're part of the most amazing team in the world. And we want you to run with us and be a part of all these different in-person events that we've got going on. So we're on our way up to the top of the mountain. And again, this is where we're going to talk about confident conversations. conversation. So you want to say a few things real quick before we
Yeah,
get
just
kicked
want to
off?
say thank you. This is a meeting for all our next level leaders. So if you're on here, it's because you've decided that you're going to the next level, okay? And we're here just to help you. We don't know everything, but we've learned quite a bit over the last 3 years that we've been involved in, and we just know that what we're sharing is what has been shared with us, and what we see the leaders doing that has got them to the next level.
Yeah, and if you've accomplished things in your life, this is the way you feel, right? You basically put both arms up, and it's like victory, right? That's exactly what we're doing. So when we have people being recognized for new levels, that's what we want to do. We want to celebrate them, and we want to be celebrating you guys next week. So once again, think of all the people in your team that we can help get to 1-star, 2-star, 3-star manager, 1, 2, 3-star director, right? And even break some other pins on there. So you're going to see a few of those today, which is kind of cool. So again, we've got actually, oh gosh, I put that in there. I was talking to Rob Weaver this morning, and he said he saw that we were actually on his podcast. So I took the picture of my Apple podcast, and I inserted their name in there, and I said, "Look who's coming up on our podcast soon." So it was pretty funny. Anyway, so I said, "Share that with Lisa," and she goes, "What? When? How? What?" So you're live on podcast now. So obviously, dream big and thrive in 2025. It's coming to year end. These next 2 weeks are going to blow your mind if you're willing to do the work. Just ask some of the people who took advantage of the cash, what was it called? Dash for Christmas cash contest. A lot of people cashed in big time. I mean, like big time. So if you didn't do that, then again, these opportunities come around once in a blue moon. When an opportunity comes up, you shift gears and you put in a high gear and you run during those contests. So this is the year of acceleration, and we've seen things happen. I mean, literally during the past couple of weeks, we've seen things happen that were just not even thought about. Like when Ken said, "Hey, I feel like Santa Claus. I want to bless everybody. Have a cash Christmas," and he's been doing that, which is pretty cool. So best November, best December ever, which is pretty cool. So we're going to talk about obviously strategies to accelerate confident conversations. We're gonna have some announcements. Obviously, you got the new comp plan forms that are out there, new incentive trip forms in the new app. So I'm gonna go over that when we first get started. There's team recognition we're gonna do, and then wins for the week. We want to hear from you. What are the wins that's been happening? I wish we had some people sharing that were jumping on because they had some huge wins last week with this thing, and I might share some insights from that. And then obviously we talk about destination director, meaning that we want to help everybody get to director level. Start 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star director, because that's when the compensation starts really growing. As you heard from our last meeting, you can't even make anything on the binary to you basically a 3-star manager, and once you're a 1-star director, you can start getting paid out even more so. And actually, once someone hits 1-star director in your team, you get even more of a bonus because of them. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of cool things that we can do. So one thing that's obviously still going on, you might have got an email today from Lifeway. There's still 3 weeks left that you can earn the $25 bonus, the $50 bonus, or even if you get people on your team that are doing that, you get the 50% mentor matching bonus of what they do. So if someone's earning $50, imagine having 10 people earning $50 and you're making $25 from each of them. That's $250 extra per week that you could earn. It's pretty cool, right? So again, we also have talk about more customers, less guesswork with the new LifeWave Now app. If you haven't signed up for this, scan this right now. Scan the first one, and then you're going to want to scan the second one. I'd say get a screenshot of this so that you can actually then, because most phones now today, at least my iPhone, if I take a screenshot of this and I just hold down the QR code, it'll then pop up open in Chrome. That's my default browser, so then I can open it up. I don't even need to have the QR code. I just have to have a picture of it. So if you may be allowed to do that, but if not, you want to capture both of these. They have a 30-day free trial. We're going to start teaching more on this at the beginning of the year because we really want people to start utilizing not only the social media aspect of it, but also the other tools within there, how to profile people, how to find out information people. They actually, the AI will research people for you so that you can set up the right things to send to them. It's absolutely brilliant. And then also this is a team. We're going to be utilizing this for meetings, for other things and stuff like that. So meetings coming to a locality near you for in-person meetings. Steve and Gina are talking about that, which is cool, and even around the world, which is kind of cool. So definitely scan that. The next thing is, once again, we got the incentive trip bonuses. Again, these are different things that they don't throw these out all the time. So we've won 6 through the corporation, 2 from the team incentives, and this is actually amazing. And so what's kind of cool is Steve and Gina Merritt, with the one incentive what they were having for the Bahamas cruise, they piggybacked and put another incentive to come out to the house after the cruise. I'm like, that's another trip. It's like, it's kind of cool. It's an extra day that they piggybacked on that, and that's a team thing, which is kind of cool. So what we do is we right now, and there's new forms out there. So if you go, in fact, that was my cue. So let me go in here real quick. Stop sharing real quick, and I'm going to go to the website. So if you go to This Is It Team, I just had it up here. So I'm going to open it up real quick to show you. So let me now share my screen. And I go to This Is a Team here. On This Is a Team now, you'll notice that once again, they've updated the website in the past month. They're making some changes from a compliance standpoint, but they've also gone into, when you go to downloads, under downloads now is the new Hawaii tracker, new 1 and 2 star manager tracker. Once again, it explains on here how the power of 2. It's a new tracker that's on here that you can utilize. Then the thing I like about this right in here, it has the names. Come on, open Sesame. Actually, I could download it. So let me download, even though I've downloaded before. It has the names right in here, so you basically can. Come on, there we go. Put the person's name right in there. So as you're doing this, you're putting the person's name in. So the first 48 hours, you want to help 2 people, and then within the same week. So out of the gate in 48 and left and right by Monday night. So within our first week, that's week 1. Week 2 is helping one of these people do this. You do it again, and then basically now the third week is you do it again. Put another 2 people in, and then once again help other people do the same thing. Put one left, one right, and help the other people do the same thing. And the amount of money you can earn on this by doing it just that way and have everybody on the advanced pack or combination of advanced and premium packs, you literally can make up to $3,000 within 21 days. How many people would like an extra $3,000 in the next 21 days? Yep. So us too. Trust us. So go ahead.
So just to recap, it's on thisisateam.com.
Under
that website, under downloads.
Go to downloads.
So you go to downloads, and you'll find all these downloads there. You can print them and use them.
Yes,
That's
including the application, including the presentation, because they keep on updating the presentation, so you can click on download here and get the full presentation. So I'm going to put this in the notes. So under chat, this is where you go, and you can type in directly to there. Just go to This Is It Team /downloads, and that's where you're going to find that now. So I want to make sure that you know the part that's also great about this too. If you go to links in here, go to links. It's going to have all these different links in here that you can access. Once again, purchase tickets for All In. Muy importante. You want to make sure your whole team is basically got tickets for All In. Once again, they get tickets for Unstoppable in August. Once again, this is the most important one right now. They want to get ready for Unstoppable. They basically have This Is It Now, tutorials and access how to use the app. Once again, how to use the podcast, everything else. But all the way down the bottom, you want to go through all these things. They now have all these sites. So look at the different ones that they have for the info sites, and some of these are coming soon. As far as for the This Is It Team sites, like they're coming in, they're going to have Croatian, Romanian, Hungarian. They're going to have German soon. They're going to have Bulgarian, but they already have. Where's it at here? I just saw it a minute ago. The French team sites comes in. So the French site for the business is now there, is specifically available for the information site. So all these This Is It info are in here, but they're going to be adding all these new sites. This is amazing. Steve and Gina are awesome. They do all this stuff for us. All we got to do is utilize the tools, right? So it's pretty cool. So it's a very cool thing that I'll make sure you're aware of. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to where we were. Bingo. So again, the power of 2, this is the previous forms, and the new forms basically a little bit easier to read. So you want to talk about this amazing event?
Yeah, so All In coming up on the 9th and the 10th of January. So if you do not have your tickets, in fact, we still have the ability to offer you a 20% discount to be in person, live in the studio. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to us. We still have that available. If you're not going to attend in person, you have the option, and you should be attending virtually. So get your virtual ticket, and also let us know that you've got it, because we want you to feel part of the audience. We want you to feel like you're right there with us.
But nothing better than being there.
The only thing is they max out at 500. So once it's full, 500, that's it. So watching virtually, and we have people that watched virtually last year that were blown away,
Yep.
and they made the decision to launch because they sat and watched this and they said, "Oh
Yep.
my goodness, this is bigger than they thought."
Hey, 1-star director or 2-star director?
She's 1 star,
But almost a 2-star.
almost a 2 star director, and
Yeah.
tracking for 1 star executive. So and growing a really big team.
Yes.
So the thing is, getting your ticket is important. Make sure that everybody that's part of your team, even if you have one person signed up underneath you, you want to make sure they get their ticket, because just like Jacinta approached me at the South African event last week, she said to me, "I don't know. I just wish I had my people here to hear what was taught," because she
Yep.
says, "How do I actually explain this to them?" And I
can't.
said, that's the biggest thing. That's why it's duplication.
Mm-hmm.
The more people you have with their eyes on the virtual, or their butts in the seat, the better the stronger your business is going to grow, and the quicker it's going to grow. And they've actually done the numbers. Depending, they'll show how many people you have at a meeting, and that determines your paycheck. So if you want a big paycheck, you're going to have everybody getting virtual tickets, or getting a ticket to be there. But don't miss it. David Schmidt is going to be there. Meredith Burkich is going to be there. All the leaders, I think Janine Weber will be there as well. So
this is a team leaders, which is the most critical part. Yes.
Elite leaders.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are going to be teaching as well. So if you like Joe Navarro, you like Danny McDaniel, you like Penny Carpenter,
Like Stephen Gina,
they're all going to
like
be Stephen
Matt-
Gina,
Kim
Matt and
Curtis,
Kim.
and,
They're all going to
all
be
these
there.
people, yes.
And
Mike Isai
it's going to be
Hernandez, and
absolutely amazing.
awesome.
So don't miss it. Let us know in the chat if you've got your ticket already.
And if you want to get a glimpse of what these functions are like, just watch the 21 days. We were talking to what was her name? Joan today about this. She's been watching the 21 days. Ours was just posted yesterday. So the same was just between two awesome couples. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Penny Carpenter and Rick and not Rick, Carrie and Rick.
They were today.
Yeah, today, yes, it's so cool. I'm like sandwiched between two amazing leaders. So it's cool that the trainings on this. So again, Unstoppable is going to be in Orlando. This is going to be over 10,000 people. So those of you in Europe, those of you in South Africa, those of you in all over the world, I don't care if you're in Australia or New Zealand, plan on being here in person. I've had a lot of people say, "I want to go to the United States. I've never been there before. I want to go." This is your opportunity. It's a business write-off. You get to go. Trust me, when you go there in person, you're going to be like, "Oh my goodness." So that's those are those who are joining us for this all in. It's a small fraction compared to having 10,000 people in a room. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So they're even having it now. You can buy your ticket and basically pay half up front to begin. It's a payment plan, which is kind of cool. I tell people, use a credit card, do whatever, get your tickets, because I'm telling you, this is something that Steve and Gina, that we tell people all the time. We're in a unique time. We're in hyper momentum. Don't miss this. I mean, I tell people all the time, trust me on this. It's a time you're going to be in the future and you go, "I wish I woulda," or you're going to say, "I'm so glad I did." Mike and I are both like, we're so glad we did. Now we got to amp it up because
we don't miss any meetings. No. And in fact, every single meeting we've gone to, we've hit another rank, we've grown more, and so on. And the thing is, none of the top leaders have hit those ranks.
They don't miss it
without being to these events.
Yeah, once you go, it's the same thing with these trips. Once you earn an incentive trip, you never want to miss one. It's the same thing. It's very, very cool. So we have our new presentation that we basically, and we're probably going to revise it a little bit because there's new slides out there. So we're going to probably revise it over the next few weeks. But the biggest thing to that is utilize this. It's 16 minutes long, but guess what? A brand new one just came out. Steve and Gina Merritt, scan this. It's less than 8 minutes. It's 7.5 minutes long. It's absolutely brilliant. It's fire. I mean, so I tell people, if you want to use something very quick, very easy, tell somebody, say, hey, this couple is one of the top industry leaders in this whole industry. You think about any top leader in any industry, this is them. So you think about that for a second. They've made, had over 1 million people on their team in the previous company they're with. With this company, they're going to have millions and millions and millions of people. In fact, we're going to have over 1 million people on our team. We're claiming it in Jesus' name because it's happening. So the part you want to think about is utilizing this video. So and we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about utilizing their video and utilizing basically three-way calls and having confident conversations to set up those calls to do the right things. So next one, once again, is we're going to be 1 million strong with Steve and Gina Merritt, and then we're going to put our faces over here soon, and it's going to be 1 million strong. So we want to do some recognition. So This is the fun part about this. So again, when you think about the different ranks, you think about the different levels and stuff like that. So now I wish I should have this slide. Basically the 1-star manager, 2-star manager, 3-star manager, that's in there. So the very first thing is that we have some brand new 1-star managers. Super excited for them. You want to announce these people?
Yeah, so Michelle Johns, and she's just amazing. Scott and Mary and I, Carrie Fitzmaurice, 1-star managers.
Yep.
And if you were on last week, you would have had
4 pages worth.
a list and list and list. So now we're up to date.
Yes.
We're up to date. So we're going week by week. So
Yep.
this last week,
Yep.
Michelle Johns, Scott and Mary and I, and Carrie Fitzmaurice.
Yep. And once you have 1 left, 1 right, you become 1-star manager. When you have 2 left, 2 right, basically at the advanced pack or above, you basically are going to have then basically become a 2-star manager. So we got some new 2-star managers. Yes.
Josephine Cohn, Shirley Font, yay! I don't know if Denise is on here, but Shirley Font just ranked a 2-star manager. Sharon Whalen and Jeff and Michelle Nye.
Yep, absolutely. Very, very excited for all of them to get some great people. Next is obviously what? 3-star manager. So Pete Hamby, who's actually part of Chuck's team, he's someone, I'm telling you, he's a sleeper right now. He's someone that he's gonna go 3-star presidential in this business. He's been overloaded with some projects at his work and stuff like that, but he's still the 3-star manager when they started the program, and he's gonna be building this very, very, very big. So what comes after that? You got 1, 2, 3-star manager, 1, 2, 3-star director. So what do we have? We got some new 1-star directors. So I'm super excited for Aaron and Jessica Veal. This is obviously Chuck Williams' daughter and son-in-law, as he says, son-in-law, and obviously their beautiful daughter. And I guess they because at a 1-star director, you get now a $500 bonus. So again, you get $250 up front, and then once you carry it for 4 weeks, you get another $250. So it's a $500 bonus. So congratulations, Aaron and Jessica Veal. Yep. And then also what comes after this is we have now a new 1-star executive, and this is actually Mike and Cheryl Zink. So they just hit it this past week. Super excited for them. We sent them a congratulations to them, but also they're now got a $5,000 bonus. How many people would like the idea of a $5,000 bonus? That is, what is that amount for in rand again? I'm so used to saying 20 to 1, but so 5,000. That's 85,000 rand. Imagine getting an 85,000 rand. So you get half of it up front, and then 4 weeks, basically, as soon as you carry it for 4 weeks, then you basically do that. It doesn't have to be consecutive. It's basically once you get qualified for 4 weeks out of, I think it's out of 12. It's kind of crazy, or it's 6 months or something like that. But anyway.
4 weeks out.
Whatever.
Okay, and the thing about this couple is they are so consistent.
Yes.
And they do not miss a meeting. They do not miss a meeting. In fact, they have also qualified for a number of trips.
Yes.
They were in Punta Mita with us, I believe.
Yep.
And the
Punta
last
Cana.
one, Punta Cana.
Yep.
So, as you move up the ranks, you'll notice that people can't be moving up ranks without qualifying for the trips.
So-
they kind of happen together.
Yeah. And so what happened for the cruise, they were way behind. I mean, like way behind. And then the corporate announced, I think it was like the last 2 weeks, they had the incentive that they're doubling the points for anybody who want to do that. And they got a fire lit underneath them, and they just blew it up, sponsored tons of people, upgraded a bunch of people, had basically hit and got the free cruise. And now they're going to be coming with us to Steve and Gina Merritt's house the day after we come back from the Bahamas, which is fantastic. So congratulations to all
Mike
those
and
people.
Cheryl.
Yep. So Mike and Cheryl, to all the different achievers. And again, we're trying to keep up with them because we've had, like, every day we're getting more and more and more. So thank God they got a report now that Mena's pulling. So if we missed somebody, please let us know. Please let us know. So we don't want to miss. We want to recognize everybody. So as we talk about Honolulu, as we talk about the things like that, there are certain things that are going on. So we're very excited. I'm not going to play the video for this, but they're very excited, obviously, for where we're going to be going. Waikiki Beach, for those of you who are part of North America, the place that we're going is going to be absolutely amazing. But we want to congratulate. We're going to be hearing from more and more of these. But we had someone this past week crush it and literally was at 100 points 5 days ago, and within 5 days they basically went and actually got 56 points. So now they got 150 points, and that's Chuck and Diane Williams. They're now going to Hawaii. So they crushed the goal. Now their goal is they want to bring as many people from their team to Hawaii. So we want to have your picture in here. So we want to put your picture in here because those, as you start qualifying, for Hawaii, we want to start recognizing, because we're gonna have a whole collection of people that are gonna be coming along with us, and a whole list of people that are becoming. But they're the first ones that we've recognized. We have other people that are actually, I've asked people, please send me your numbers, because if you've qualified for it, please let us know. So we want to recognize you personally. It was kind of cool, this picture. I found this picture here, and then I found their picture, and it matches the background almost perfectly. Isn't that kind of cool? So just kind of a cool thing. But again, we want you all to go. Now I'm going to create one for Budapest as well. So I'm going to have one for there, because the palace there is stunning. Look at this place. I mean, it's just amazing. I found this picture, and I said I'm going to use it for the recognition. I'm going to find something where people are going to be able to stand in front of the thing about your picture in front of this amazing palace, or maybe in front of the hotel, which is kind of cool. But you want to qualify for these different things. We got the new form to print off, so you can utilize this. They're both the same, the old one and this one, new one. They're just matching with the colors and everything else to be the same. So if you and you can use the same one for the people for Budapest. It's the same exact numbers. So you want to make sure that you basically track everything. We got our tracker. Mena just added 6 points today. Signed up a new
Advanced Plus.
Advanced Plus.
And
Yep.
are you going to do ones for the week?
Yes, that's where we're going next. Yep.
Okay.
In fact, let's do that right now. So because I'm not sure where I've got that in the slide, but go ahead. So
I just wanted to say, the whole thing is making a decision to keep at it and to stay in, and not to lose hearts. I mean, for 3 years we've been going at this, and we just keep going. And today, out of the blue, we have some doctors in South Africa that got started with us maybe 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, probably.
And just today, I'm going about doing my contacts and, I've got my list, and I'm working through my list. And the next thing, I put the phone down, I see a message from a number that is not on my phone. And this lady's asking me to give her a call because she said that one of the doctors had referred her to me, and that she needs to get some patches. And the doctor said Mena's the best person to talk to. So just like that, and this person signed up as an Advanced Plus. Now, the doctors are not participating in the business aspect. They do have customers and things like that, but they referred this woman to me personally to work with me, and she wants to get the Advanced Plus because she wanted a lot of product for her and her husband, and her doctor is recommending them. Her doctor said, this is the best thing you can use, and these are the best people that you can work with in South Africa. What if I had decided 2 years ago that, hey, you know what, this is not for me anymore? Where would this woman have gone? And yes, she maybe would have found someone else, but the whole thing is stay in.
Yeah.
Stay in the game. You never know. You never know when that one person's going to come and just out of the blue like that. That for me is the serendipity of being involved in something like this. I didn't go looking for it. It came to me.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you are just consistently doing what you need to do.
Yeah. And so Stephen Gina Merritt said to us a long time ago, this is a 2 to 5 year program. So we chose 2, so we said, we recommend you choose 2, to basically hit the highest rank in the company. But the second part to that is, again, we're just basically 3 years into it. So we still got 2 years left before we actually kind of see the potential of this. And by that time, it's going to be outstanding. But the part is, don't get weary in well doing. You never know what's going to happen. You're one away from an explosion. You're one away from someone overhearing a conversation like Andy Hosier that puts in 100,000 people on a team. I mean, it's just like, you never know what's going to happen. So again, being consistent.
And that sign up
key.
was so easy. I didn't have to talk about anything. I didn't have to explain anything to her. Didn't have to show her anything.
Visa,
She was
MasterCard,
ready.
Discover. No, just kidding.
She gave me her details, and she got the products.
Yeah. So we want to hear from people, when again, more wins of the week. Because I said the to-do list is to win again, and win some more, really. And really, winning means helping people. We want to help people again, help people even more, right? And that's what it really is. So we want to hear from some of you guys, maybe some things you learned today, this week, this month. What are things that have been really do that? Some of you may have taken advantage of the Christmas, the Dash for Christmas Cash. If you did and you've earned some things, we'd love to hear about that. So please, unmute yourself. We'd love to hear from you. Anybody would like to share. So I'm not going to pick on anybody unless you make me to. Just kidding. So.
Unless you make me to.
Unless you make
That's
me.
not English.
It's not proper. It's not proper English. So
I do know someone who is wanting to share.
Okay, go ahead. Who?
I'm not going to say because I know she'll unmute.
Somebody. We know it's a female, so it's one of you females. I used to be shy. To be shy. Otherwise, I'm going to share.
Anna,
There she is. So do you have something special going on? We can't hear you. There we go.
I do want you to mention about Thursday, Anna.
Yes, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hi. Sorry, I've not kept up my drinking today, so I'm trying to keep up. Sorry. So yes. So let me start with saying that, and maybe some of you know that I've been studying fertility and to be able to support women, and I thought, what a great combination to be a fertility coach and have these patches. Decreasing inflammation, we know, is a natural effect, putting the patches on. So a lot of the issues that women can have are often related to inflammation. So I'm studying with a lot of different coaches, and of course I always start my WhatsApp groups, and so I have lots of new connections, because when you live in a small village in one edge of an island and you don't speak the language so well, and there's also another language, Catalan, which I don't speak, but they speak here, so it's not easy to meet people. So I meet people online, and these groups of women, the coaches wanting to help other women. I'm just seeing how this can spread. So what I decided, when I heard Hannah's testimonial, which was last week, I thought, this is, incredible. I've heard a few good ones before, but I also know that, helping my team or helping anybody, like just across the teams, I think is great, because the more we work together, the more we're going to have, a good effect by both reaching people, and people are also going to see that there's momentum, there's interest and proof of this technology. So they're going to feel that they're being called to use it when we are lots working together. So we are hosting a meeting. I'm doing it with Hannah. We're doing it on Thursday, which will be US time, Eastern time. Let me see, 3 o'clock, right? Yeah, because it's 9 o'clock in Paris or Madrid or here in Europe, and 8 o'clock in the UK. So anybody who wants to join, well, we can post a link. We're going to share, and it's going to be a women's meeting as well. So not trying to take over Mena's and Diana's meetings, but it's to be able to bring, I can't join on Wednesday, but it's to be able to really focus on these issues. I think this is going to attract a lot of people. It's easy also when you have a little bit of a niche that you're speaking about. Yeah. Of course, we can't make any claims, and that's what we're going to say as well. But we are seeing the results, so I think that's going to be enough. So, yeah. So I mean, amongst a lot of other things I could share, I could go on forever about last week and the momentum. And it's always, I mean, you have 100 people you're speaking to, and in the team that are maybe wanting to upgrade or upgrading somebody in the team. It's not everyone that's going to do it, but we had incredible momentum. So I think, really feeling the energy with an opportunity like this is you just go when you hear it, and there's always going to be people that are ready and that want to run. So yeah, last week was great.
That's awesome. And Rose just asked, what day and time again? What is that again?
Thursday.
Yes. So Thursday, exactly. It's Thursday. And it will be at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I think that's Rose's time, right?
It is.
Yeah. So you can absolutely join this meeting.
Awesome.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for sharing
Everybody's
that.
welcome.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is I heard the same thing as far as also with fertility, that again, we call it basically, a lot of people call the patch the happy patch. People call it helps relax. It helps balance the brain and hormones. So you think about guys and gals that have all these different stressors that sometimes can prohibit them from obviously having children, including what you mentioned, inflammation. So that's huge. That's awesome. So I'm so glad
And
you're doing
Hannah's
that.
testimony is really, really exciting, and she's had great results. So, and Hannah's Linda is her sponsor.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Great, and it's teamwork. It's
Yep.
all teamwork. We're all
It
part
is.
of the same team, helping
Yep.
each other.
It's awesome, and
that's
it's specializing in that too. It's a need. It's something that people are looking for, and again, it's going to create a lot of awareness. So thank you for doing that. That's absolutely fantastic.
thanks.
That's awesome.
Thanks for letting me share. Thanks.
Of course, yes.
Absolutely.
Good to
So
see
proud of
you.
you too. Yes. It's awesome. So as far as anyone else want to share, because again, we always want to hear just for something like that. I didn't even know that was going on. So I'm so glad Minutes deals with a lot of the different
Yeah,
women and stuff.
Anna and I talk every day.
Yes, exactly. So the part that's cool about this, if anybody else wants to share, I didn't know if there was there a comment on there or something. I didn't know.
Rose,
Oh, okay, no. So,
Okay.
so anybody else? Because I'd love to share a couple quick things. Because again, and if you want to share something, we still got time for one more. But one thing that happens here is when I'm just out shopping for typical stuff that we need for the household. And so we bought a printer because I said they got the new forms, the new stuff. I said, let me, instead of going to a printer and paying for everybody doing it, and have to change it out again. We're here in South Africa all the time, so let me buy a printer. So I talked to Brendan about that, found a printer. Sourced it out from a business here that basically we went in there. Mena was shopping for something else. I went and looked at the printers, talked to the guy who was right there. He said, where are you from? I said, from the United States. He goes, oh my gosh, I want to develop business in the United States. I said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. I said, I can help you do that. He goes, what do you mean? I said, are you familiar with this? And I just talked to him real quick. And next thing you know, got his name and number. He's been on the different meetings. It just hit me today as we're in the middle of the meeting. I'm going, I never shared the link with him. I can include him on the list of people now because it says he's on the WhatsApp group. So again, for him, it was just a very simple thing. He's looking at, wants to develop business, wants to travel. I said, well, what's the next step? He said, I want to move out of South Africa. I want to move probably the UK. I said, why the UK? He goes, well, it's easier to go to the UK than it is to US. I don't know. Maybe that's the case for what's going on. Probably is. But then another thing is, and so I went to go get paper. So we had a store here called Checkers, and Checkers is like a grocery store that has a lot of different, things you can normally get at a grocery store. But they've got an aisle of like supplies. So I said, well, let me get some paper. So I got paper, and then I put it in my little hand thing, right? And I stayed there. It just felt like I had to look at some other things. Maybe look at some pens, or if I need a stapler or need whatever else. And as I do that, I notice this young guy comes and he basically just grabs a ream of paper, puts it in his cart. It's a different paper than my paper, and so it's a different color. So I was looking at the different papers, trying to figure out what's the difference between the different ones. So I just started a conversation with him. I said, hey, if you don't mind me asking, what's the difference between this paper and that paper? He goes, what do you mean? I said, is it different? Is it the same? He goes, I have no idea. I just know this is the paper that I get. I said, okay, great. He said, where are you from? Because he heard my accent, right? And it's like the easiest thing. So if not, I would have started asking him questions. He's asking questions. I said, are you from the US? I said, yeah. He goes, whereabouts? I said, Florida. He goes, Florida. He goes, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to go to Florida. I want to go fishing there. I said, oh, saltwater or freshwater? And next thing you know, we have a 10, 15-minute conversation in the aisle there as we're talking. And of course, what comes up? We start talking about the patch. I didn't even have my patch on. I just started talking about it. I just said, are you familiar with stem cells? He goes, I know a little bit about them. I said, have you ever heard of a stem cell activation patch? He goes, nope. What is it? So again, he's young. He's 21 years old. He was praying on Monday. This was on whatever day that was, Thursday, I think it was. Wednesday. He was praying on that Monday, praying that, but he said, God, I need a direction in my life, because he said, I want to develop business, but I need some direction of what you want me to do. Do you think that was a divine appointment, right? You know what I mean? That's exactly what happened. So I'm expecting huge things. His parents are already business owners. They've had plumbing business for years. They're moving down to Cape Town, developing a business down there now. So we're going to be talking to the parents. We're going to be talking to friends and people like that. It's cool how that happens. It's just conversations. I had 3 conversations this morning. So it's just when you're out and about, wear your patch in a place that's easy to see, right? Some people wear it on their hand here. Some people wear it. It's easy for me because I just raise my hand and say, are you familiar with this, right? And that's it. So that's all it is. It's such a simple conversation. But the key is I'm going to play a video in a few minutes that basically just talks about having confident conversations. Just once again, how to utilize just asking questions and asking the right kind of questions to engage people in, conversations, whether it's on the phone or meeting somebody new. Make a 5-minute friend, right? Now that's pretty much it. So does anybody else have anything else that we say? Renee, yes. I was hoping you'd say raise your hand.
You are not. I have
I love when you share. Yes.
I have a fun story that just happened the other day. So nothing major transpired yet, but I was getting blood work, right? Which I didn't see it yet, but I was getting it drawn, right? So I'm sitting there, nobody's in there. And I just said, what do you know about stem cells? And she got nothing, and then I said, have you ever heard this? So we did the conversation, and then I said, and there's also a business opportunity. She's like, what? She's like, girl. She's like going through this big long thing. And then she said, well, I have a platform. And I said, what's your platform? She said, I'm a comedian.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And she said, I have a huge following
Wow.
on social media. And so we're having conversations. And then later on, Rick and I didn't go together. Rick had to go get his. And then when he went in, he kind of said the same thing, like, hey, so my wife was in, and he goes, oh, she was the one about the patch, right? So it was just a fun kind of a conversation, because we were like right by ourselves. We were just back in a little room. Nobody else was there. It was just a really, because you can do it anywhere. Like you're saying, that's what's so great about it. Is so if somebody's on here, they're new and they're thinking like, how am I going to do that? It really is just everyday conversation. Sometimes I wear it visible. I don't always, it just depends on, what I'm doing, but it's just everyday conversation. And it's so fun. It's just so fun to talk to people that way. And even just their reactions are like, what? So I just wanted to share that so people know that it can literally be anywhere.
That's awesome.
Every day, all day long, it could be anywhere. So
have you checked out her channels yet? Is she a clean comedian, I hope?
I know. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she actually is.
Okay, good.
So
it's funny.
There's going to be more conversation there. So we'll see how it goes. So
that's awesome.
Thanks, you guys.
That's great.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I love you sharing. That's awesome. Yes. Well, awesome. So I was going to say the biggest part to this is just make conversations, have fun with people. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen real quick, because this is something that is amazing. I'm going to kind of cover what we covered last week. We were talking about obviously duplicating your efforts, because this is the secret sauce. This is the eighth wonder of the world. I mean, they talk about compound interest as the eighth wonder. I think duplication and basically exponential growth is the eighth wonder of the world. And once again, we've used this before. I'm just going to highlight this just real quick. Jay Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of, the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own, right? And that's really what it is. We want to duplicate ourselves. We want to have exponential growth, because when you do that, it frees up your time, your resources, right? And so once again, we talked about this before. Would you rather have $1 million or a penny day doubled? And really, by the time you get a penny doubled, basically the last 30 days, basically at 5 million. But if you calculate it all together, it's like $10 million that you actually earn in 30 days if you add it all together. It's just huge. So we used this before. We talked about addition. 10 plus 10 is 20. So if you are a salesperson and you've got 10 clients, and your goal between, now and 90 days from now is to have 10 new clients, you basically will have 20 clients. You're adding. But another layer to that is if you're multiplying. Imagine you having 10 people on your team, you and 10 other people, basically, or so just say you and 9 other people, so you got 10 total, and each of you now go out and find 10 people. Now it's multiplication, you have 100. That's pretty good. But exponential growth is 10 people who find 10 people, who find 10 people, who find 10, who find 10, who find 10, who find 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 times, right? That is basically 10 billion. That's how Steve and Gina Meredith got to 700,000 people on their team in 3 years. That's how we're going to have 100,000 people on our team and growing to basically a million strong too, So that's the part where you understand how things can happen. So with us, we have that power within our business to do that. And really the goal for the team is 1 million strong. And I showed this last week, but again, our goal is 3-star presidential. So what did I do? I've got this now everywhere. I've got my iPad, I got my phone, I got it on my computer. It's my screensaver now. So what is it? What are we thinking about? We're thinking 3-star presidential. What are you thinking? Whatever it is, it should be something that stretches you. Something that stretches you, seriously, because having us go to 1-star presidential, that's not going to be easy. But it's doable. But to go 3-star presidential this next year is going to be very tough. If you look at the qualifications, it's not small, So again, in order for it to get to 1 million people, we got to get 3-star presidential done, right?
Yeah.
My wife's just smiling because she wants that to happen. She wants it to happen like tomorrow.
They're all coming.
They're all coming. That's right. That's what Danny Dye McDaniel. That's what we're saying. They get all these stallions basically come. They get basically they're all coming, right? Because that's what it is. We're claiming. So we talk about destination directors. We want to get everybody to there. So you want to identify the leaders that you already have. Cast the vision to the people, and basically what you guys can achieve together because you're working this together. And the last part is help them move forward with the 10-step system and the 20 21-day fast start. The 21-day fast start, guys, is the key to all of this. By helping these people, you can sign up people all day long, but if you don't help them move forward, you're just adding people, but you're looking and identifying leaders. So I said this last time, is that we talked about the exponential growth that can happen. And there's something that happened, and I explained this before, we used to be part of the Amway business. Years ago, part of the Amway business, and they had something they called the China factor. Well, China, imagine if LifeWave restricted us to only bring on one new brand partner per month. That's it. That's all you have. Well, they did that in China. For the Amway Corporation, said they can only bring on one new brand partner per month. And so they're smart. They interviewed 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people in 30 days and picked the best candidate and said, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to do the exact same thing for the next 30 days. So they then started interviewing a bunch of other people. So now they had 2, then they had 4, then they had 8, then they had 16, 32. But imagine all we want to do is we want to identify one leader. We don't have the restrictions, but you want to identify one leader per month. So right now we're identifying leaders. We're going looking at all the different people on our team going, okay, which is the ones that we can work with. And it doesn't matter if it's personal or way in depth. We're looking for the leaders who want to run with us, who want to lock arms to identify the next leaders, to then help work together, find the next leaders, find the next. Because in 12 months, imagine having over 2,000 leaders, not members, not brand partners, not customers, leaders on your team duplicating what you're doing. I'll tell you right now, there's some people that are doing this. Steve and Gina Merritt are doing this. Danny and Diamec, Daniel doing this. What's her name? So Mike and Sahir Hernandez are doing this. Some other people are doing this, and I just want to let you know we're doing the exact same thing. Because my expectation is December next year at this time, we're going to have thousands of leaders. People that are building the business, builders that are basically out there doing that. And all of us are going to follow the 10 steps. We're going to know our whys. We're going to set goals. We're going to make commitments. We're going to make a list and basically contact and invite people every single day. Show the opportunity every day. Revisit with people every single day, right? And get people started. And then we're going to counsel, just like we've been counseling people since we've been in South Africa. People can say, okay, do you mind if we talk a little bit? I'm trying to fine tune some things, or hey, I'm kind of stuck. Can you help me get unstuck, right? And that's what we do. So this is it. This is all it is. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about this multiplication. I talked about it last week, but I want to hit it. I'm going to hit it over and over and over and over and over, that this month you want to identify another leader. You identify the leaders you already have, and then identify not the ones that say they want to do something, but the ones that are doing something. Big key. If they say they're a leader and they don't have an all-in ticket, so I'm just telling you that right now. So they're not a builder. So if they got an all-in ticket and they're trying to bring in 10, 15, 20 people, or getting people online and doing a home event and everything else, those are what you're looking for. Okay. So did you want to share anything on this real quick?
Well, I just want to say, if you don't know what the 10-step system is, this is it. And you find it on thisisateam.com, on the website that we share with everybody that gets involved. So it's not a secret.
No.
And you have to work at this. So the first place you start is your why. Set your goals, make the commitments, like what are you going to do to achieve the goals, and make that list. One of the leaders said to us that this is the way they work with their team. I'm trying to remember who it was, that they do not they will not work with a person unless the person has a list of 100 people.
Yep.
Names and numbers for those people, who they are, etc. So he said, if they can't give me a list of 100, I'm not working with them. And we're not going to be hard and fast, but the list is important. If you do not have a list, you don't have what it takes to build this. And
it shows
most people have a lot more than 100.
Hundreds of people, if not thousands of people in your phone. And if you're not taking the names and numbers out of your phone and putting on a piece of paper, that's step number one. And that's what I was going to show. Because the next slide that I have basically talks about that, because that's really what it is. We got a tool that we use. Come on, continue sharing. There we go. And this is a tool that we use. It's basically a pro strategy for follow-up that you want to utilize this and basically track where the people are at.
And then we got the memory jogger.
Yes, 100%.
Well.
Yes. So in there, the memory jogger is all the different names of people, all the different professions of people. The number one thing they said is grab your phone. The names on your phone, you want to get them out of your phone. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you this right now. Imagine. The key word is imagine. Imagine that Mena, not me, but imagine Mena is going to give you $100 bill for every name and phone number that you put on a list in the next 24 hours. Imagine that happening. That's not going to happen. We're not doing this. My thing froze, so it's not gonna. They're gonna think it's a real. So anyway, the thing froze. Like anyway, so imagine really if we had. I wish I had I got hundreds in the thing here, but imagine we give you a stack of hundreds. What if we give you a stack of hundreds? What if you said I got 3,000 people on my phone? What would you do? You'd print off your list and you'd say, here's all my names, right? That'd be a smart thing, you know. But if you don't do it in 24 hours, guess what happens? You miss out. Well, take that time. Don't take 24 hours, but say, I'm going to take an hour today. Before I go to bed, I'm going to put another 50 names on my list. I'm going to put 100 names on the list, whatever it is, and put a name. Now, don't prejudge. The reason I say because even if it was a former boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, say it was something that you can't even stand, like, I would not want that person on my team, write their name down anyway. Write their name down anyway, because they would probably be worth $100 to you. Even if you put their name and put a line through the name, say, I'm not talking to this person, but then you start thinking, oh, wait a minute. Who do I know that knows this person? All of a sudden, you'll think of all these other people you haven't thought about in a long time. Imagine if you had another 30 people on the list because of that person that you didn't want to put down. If it was 3 people, right? You never know. And that's a big thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick video, 7 minutes long. I literally just got the video today. I put in Confident Conversations in the thing yesterday, and this video popped up, and I played it today. I said, this is exactly one of the things I want to teach on. So watch this real quick, because I'd rather have you hear from an expert and then hear from me. But we do the exact same thing. So check this out. It's pretty cool.
Why don't I ask some questions of you folks? Questions that you've been asked before. Let's see if we can play along. Who do I want to pick on? I'm going to ask you questions you've been asked before in your life. You should be ready to answer. Your name, sir, is? Dave. Hey, Dave, how are you?
I'm great.
So I just asked Dave, hey, how are you? A question he's been asked before. And Dave's little voice kicks up in his head and says, I know this one. And he says, great. Questions create conversations that lead to relationships, that create opportunities. That's what drives actions and change. Dave has just proved to me that we are so efficient with language, we fail to be effective. Because what he did is he answered the question and shut the conversation down. You gave me a level 1 answer. That was exactly what I was looking for at this part of our time together. You did it perfectly. Let's see if I can get somebody who can get me to level 2 on this question. Who's got the power to get me to level 2? I think you can get me to level 2. Your name, sir, is? Lawrence. Lawrence, hey, how are you?
Awesome. Great event.
See what we got is we got level 1.1. So efficient with language, he fails to be effective. He's like, awesome, great. Let's run this straight down to a period. You got level 2 for me, right? Your name, sorry? Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy, how are you?
I don't have any other answers for you.
The collective incompetence of this industry is embarrassing. All of you. I'm not picking on one of you. I'm picking on all of you. You, sir. Hey, how are you?
Great, how are you?
We got level 2. Level 2. Great. He got, I know this one. Great. Then he realized that questions create conversations. So he's like, what question can I ask in this point? So he repeats the question to me. And he's great, so therefore, how am I? Funny that, right? Funny that however the other person is feeling is the same way you're feeling. What a coinkydink. And did you know in this, hey, how are you exchange, there are only 2 levels. That is both of them. Yet we are so efficient with language, we fail to be effective. Are any of you leaders in this business? You wander through your office on a Monday and you're seeing people in the office, you're like, hey, how are you doing? They're like, I'm awesome. And you're like, hey, how are you doing? You're like, awesome, like me too. Hey, how are you doing? You're like, I love how much I care about my people. I'm so compassionate. I'm so kind. They don't know shit. You know nothing. Because we're so efficient with language, we fail to be effective. It happens all the time. I'm going to show you something else we do. Young man, you're going to help me with this. Your name is?
Austin.
Austin, will you tell me about the last place you went on your vacation?
Sure. So I went to Sedona, Arizona, stayed at the Wild Resort. We swam in Oak Creek and just had a great time overall.
Oh, man, I love it out in Arizona. I get to go there a ton. It's a great venue for events. A lot of people are using Arizona, I think, as an event space right now because of the tax advantages at AZ. And I was there recently, actually, for an event in Phoenix. I wasn't out as far as where you were, but I was like in Scottsdale. It was a cool resort. I can't remember the name. I go there so often. But I don't know if I told you, I'm a professional speaker. I travel all the way around the world. I go to all these different places. I wouldn't say Arizona is my favorite. I'd probably say maybe Maybe Sydney is where I went that I liked the most. I was there for a big event with a company called Volkswagen. They were pretty awesome. And yeah, I've been all around the world. I've worked in 60 different countries. I've worked in 6 different continents. I've written 11 best-selling books. I'm not sure if I told you how freaking awesome I am. That was fun for you, right? Yeah, Austin's like wow. At what point is he like, where's the exit, right? Where's the exit? Austin, can we try this again?
Sure.
Tell me about the last place you went on your vacation.
Well, I went to Las Vegas here for a mortgage conference, and it was just fabulous. You know, a lot of great keynote speakers.
Yeah.
And like drinking from a fire hose, like you mentioned earlier.
Sure.
So it's great, yeah. But how about for you? Where's the last place you went?
Oh man, I get to travel around a ton as well. I know Vegas well, but what are some of your favorite things to be able to do when you're in Vegas?
Oh man, well, I always like to come to a concert or just get out in the community a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe visit the Old Town Strip or
Oh,
see
wow.
what local the resort has to offer.
Yeah. What are some of the concerts that you've seen in Vegas then?
What are some of
The concerts, yeah.
The last one was Journey and Def Leppard.
Oh, wow, what, the same event?
Same event.
Wow, that's
It was
a
excellent.
combo. Who was better, Journey or Def Leppard? Like, who was it?
Oh man, they were both so good.
So good.
Def Leppard was still big hair the whole night.
Oh.
It was fun.
Like, I can't stop believing that. That's amazing. That's amazing. And who were you traveling with? Who were you there with?
Oh, I was there with my wife and the in-laws, and it was my first concert ever, actually. So.
Oh my goodness. My goodness, how long have you guys been married?
Now is 7 years.
Okay.
I've just had a nine-month-old baby.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. Boy, girl.
Baby girl.
Oh, beautiful.
Aria, like the resort.
Ah. Is that what you named her after? That's where she was conceived?
No. You're good. But no. My wife actually had a dream that we named her that, so we did.
Ah, okay. Same moment though, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. See, this is just Austin and I in a very casual, natural conversation, right? Surrounded by a couple of hundred people. It's fairly casual.
Yeah.
But how much more information did I get second time round? How much more information?
A lot of questions, yeah.
A lot more information. It was a touch more fun as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How many questions did I prepare? Where did the rest of my questions come from? His answers, right? Which meant I had to do what? Actively listen. Possibly one of the most underrated skills in this profession is our ability to listen. And let's just take a look at the word together, the word listen, because it's interesting. The word listen, look at it. It has an L, an I, an S, a T, an E, and an N in it. Here's another word. It has an L, an I, an S, a T, an E, and an N in it. Coincidence? Well, yes, actually, it is. Makes one heck of a point, though, right? I wonder how many times that you folks, for fear of being salesy, become sales prevention officers. That you deliver too much information. You don't leave a pause long enough for somebody to sit in it. You don't create a space that is open enough for people to tell you their truth. And that you think that you win by sharing how much you know. Silence is a superpower. Your ability to listen is the same.
So I hope you got as much out of it as we did, because again, it's another thing when you start looking at, once again, how we communicate. Because again, he who asks the questions, Ken Burke talks about this all the time, he who asks the questions controls the conversation. But if I want to get information out of somebody or just develop a friendship, you want to be friendly, right? And so that's the one thing. So I'm going to pick on a couple of people real quick. So Renee, you're a power communicator. So what did you get out of that as far as from a standpoint of that? Because like I said, I'm going to pick on a couple of people for what was your best thoughts on what the video was. Sorry, you're muted. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, it is so true. The more that you ask you questions, I'm just inquisitive. I just want to know like about people, you know, and so you just, the next thing goes to the next question. So for me, when they're answering, I'm always thinking of how I can ask them more questions, not what can I say back? I mean, you know, it's important to have a conversation back and forth, but it's just, you know, and sometimes you don't even have to ask the question. It can be said in a statement. You know, you can just be like, well, I heard that. Even if you're trying to figure out, like, if somebody's making, say you get in an Uber car and you say, I heard that Uber guys make this much money. I just read an article. You're not asking him any question. And then he says, oh no, we make like whatever. We don't make good money at all, or whatever it is. So you don't always have to ask them that, because sometimes they can be defensive when you ask a question.
How much money you make? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But if you put it in a statement of, oh, I heard this, or, I bet you it's hard for you as a whatever, working, doing this. Is it hard for you to do that? I bet it's hard for you to deal with that, and it has to be authentic. People have to, you have to really, for real, care. If you're just, looking for information just because you have information, they know that, immediately. The easiest way to know if somebody's authentic is ask them. If you say, are you authentic? They'll go, oh yeah, I'm authentic. Right. But if they say, they think about it themselves, then that they're wondering, and they hope that they actually are, but people can pick that up immediately. You have to just really care. I love talking to people that way, and just, I just think it's so important to do that. So.
Yeah, and the times I've spent with you, and we've only spent a few times together, but you're like a master communicator. You can talk to anybody, any place, anytime, because you're just engaging with them, and you just have a genuine interest in the other person.
Oh, well, thank you, Greg. Thank you. I do have a genuine. I'm glad it comes off that way, because it is for real. I really care about people, and it's just interesting to learn. I mean, I love to learn. I love to learn about people, where they're from, what they do, what they care about. And that's important, what they care about. And then you can really understand, where they stand and everything. So I just appreciate people. So
awesome. Well, thank you I didn't mean to pick on you, but I had to.
No, it's okay.
Because you're very good at it. So
I'm a big girl. I can handle it.
And I made a comment about staying curious.
See, it says just take off Max 39. So there you go. I'm doing my part.
And we're kind of at the top of the hour.
Yes.
So
did you have anything you wanted to share before we get off?
Well, I just want to say, we're kind of getting close to the last few days of the year. People are busy. People are chatting. Yeah. Sometimes people don't
holiday
have
parties, Christmas parties.
Yeah. And the question is, well, what are you doing for Christmas? What are you doing for New Year? So there's a lot of opportunity to talk. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time to talk, I don't have time to communicate. Hey, but you know what, just like Renee said, be authentic, be real, care about people. It's also time to check up on people, because some people are all on their own, and just be a friend, a friend, because it goes a long way. So I think it's been wonderful. I loved hearing different people share their wins and so on, and seeing all the recognition. And next week, we still have time to get points on the board for the incentive trip. And by the way, those of you who participated in the Dash, the Christmas promotion, congratulations to you. If there's money on the table, you want to go for it. You don't want to leave it there. So congratulations to you, and you will be getting your payout as soon as everything's been verified. Do reach out to us if we've forgotten you, and remember that we're not too busy to get on a call with you.
I'm busy, Menace, now,
to help. And we all have lives. We respect the fact that you've got families and things that you're doing. So if you need us, just message, WhatsApp, and we will make time to schedule a call, because the more we help people get what they want, the more we're going to get what we want. This is how this works in life. So just be out there and be have your ears open for people's needs. Listen.
Yes.
I like that, silent and listen.
I've never heard that before. I thought it was brilliant.
I really like that. So that's pretty much, unless someone has one last 1 minute thing to share, but otherwise we're going to.
I saw Linda said that she goes, I'm building meaningful friendships through this business, which is true. That's absolutely right.
Yes, and you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Lots of good comments this
Yes.
evening.
Yeah, absolutely. But please share this information with the people. I did send to the Next Level team, so you should have got the full video. There's another like 5 minutes in the video. I thought it was really good, but I just want to play that first 7 minutes because I thought it was very, very strong. So if you got to go, go. But we're going to finish with a prayer. We want to pray a blessing over everybody. And the main thing, we want to pray that God gives us divine appointments, divine connections, and even gives us the right confident conversations, builds confidence, gives us boldness. So again, do you mind finishing the prayer real quick?
So Heavenly Father, we thank you that we can join together once again and come and share with one another. And Lord, there's nobody, everybody has something to offer, Lord God.
Yes.
We're all part of a big family that has different characteristics, different ways of thinking, and something good to offer, Lord. Everyone is a member of this big family, and we need each other. We need each other, Lord God. We can't do what we do without one another. So thank you for this family that we have, Lord, friends that become our family, Lord, especially at this time of year. So grateful to think of every single one and the impact that they have on our lives, and it's such a blessing, Lord. Allow us to go out there and to change a lot of lives, to impact people, to share, Lord, the good things that we are aware of and that we know of, and just to be kind and considerate and caring, especially this time of the year. In fact, every day of our lives, that's what you've called us to be. So grateful for the wisdom, for the opportunity to learn, for the opportunity to share hope. And Lord, I pray for every single family, every family that's represented here, whatever the need is. Your word says that you will perfect everything that concerns us. So we are grateful for that, and we stand on that, and we're receiving that as a word, especially for this season. So thank you, Father, for the opportunity to share, for all those that shared, and all those that have participated this evening. We pray a special blessing over them and their families, and we ask all of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Well, I did confirm that we are going to have we got two special guests next week, and so yes, so you trust me. You're going to want to bring as many people as you can
and
next
that's
Monday
for the presentation.
For the presentation, yes. So if I can talk them into actually helping out with the leadership too, they might, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll tip into it some more.
But
you're gonna love this.
That will be 7 p.m. South African time,
Yes.
noon Eastern Standard Time. Get all your people on, because you don't
Yes.
want to miss it. They're going to.
New people.
Yes.
I mean, fill that up with new people. Trust me, you get them on there, they're going to light them up like a Christmas tree, and they're going to get signed up. So it's going to be awesome. So yes. So, but
Thank you for being on, everyone.
Yep.
We love you. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And reach out anytime.
Yeah. Bless you. Have an amazing night, amazing day. And like I said, let's continue changing lives. You're all world changers. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Bless you. Have an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Thanks.